Hello, I'm Sydney and welcome back to my Flock and Squawk. So today we are going to be taking a look at Noxzema. It is over 100 years old, and so it is definitely a vintage beauty item cream. So let's take a look at using it for, I'm going to start with a week and we'll see how long it goes because this container holds a lot of cream. And if I can't handle it, let's try and use it up. So first off, I'm going to get into some facts about the cream itself. So Noxzema in the name sounds like no eczema. So as the name might suggest, you might think this is an eczema cream. But however, this cream was not made to treat eczema at all. It is actually a sunburn cream, or at least that's what its original purpose was back in 1914 when the creator had made it. But his customers actually used it on their eczema without him knowing, and then when one of the customers supposedly told him that it really knocked out his eczema, or knocked out their eczema, which led to the name change of being Noxzema. But as I said, on the website for Noxzema now, as of 2022, it actually does not recommend putting it on your eczema, and says that it is not been tested on that, it has not been evaluated or tested for that use. It also has not been tested or evaluated for the use on sunburns, as of 2022 according to Unilever, the parent company. So I think that is very interesting. It actually has been around since 1914, and yet some of these claims are not being supported by the brand anymore. However, it is very easy to find vintage advertisements stating these claims, and even old containers of Noxzema showing the multiple uses on the back of the package. Some of which being like acne treatment, which Unilever now says on the Noxzema Q&A page on the official website that it is not recommended for acne. So a lot of these claims that have been made in the past and potentially do work for people, as this is a product that many people have used and have inherited the use from their parents using it, now they no longer support these claims. So let's get into the ingredients. So Noxzema has a signature tingle and scent, and this is caused in part by the ingredients. And this is caused by the ingredients. So the one I have proudly states on the container that it has eucalyptus. However, this has also been achieved by using a combination of menthol and camphor over the years. However, on the Unilever website, when I looked up for this video, they actually say they no longer use menthol and camphor. However, this container I bought just a couple days ago and have started using actually says that it has water, linseed oil, soybean oil, fragrance, some other ingredients that I can't see, can't understand, camphor, gelatin, eucalyptus leaf oil, and menthol, as well as a couple other preservatives, I presume. So it actually does, you can buy Noxzema off the shelves of your local grocery store or pharmacy and still have ingredients that the Unilever website says that they no longer use. However, the website also says that the ingredients are subject to change, as well as packaging subject to change at any time. So it is kind of interesting to see that you can buy a product, however their website does not list any ingredients, and it doesn't really show many packaging variations that might be out there. But it does, in fact, contain menthol, camphor, and eucalyptus oil in the product that I personally purchased. So be on the lookout for that if you are picking up Noxzema yourself. There might be different ingredients in the cream that you pick up versus the one I ended up picking up off the store shelves, as well as when you order online. So Noxzema is a vintage beauty cream much like Pond's, and it actually had surpassed Pond's in popularity at some points in history. But is it a cold cream? So Pond's cold cream is a true cold cream. It is a water into a larger amount of oil emulsion, which provides moisturizing and cleansing ability. You can apply it to your skin and then wipe it off with a tissue or warm washcloth. You do not need to fully wash it off like you do a soap. However, Noxzema does in fact recommend that you rinse it off thoroughly. Some people do leave it on kind of like a cold cream overnight or even for just a few hours to get that mask effect. However, in a New York Times article that was done in I believe the 70s, with the inventor of Noxzema's grandson, they referred to it as a vanishing cream emulsion, which means that there's a larger amount of water than oil, which, as we read on the ingredients, water came first. So I believe it is not a true cold cream, but it does have the cold cream properties, and it still is a vintage beauty product, which is why I was kind of interested to try it. If it is not a cold cream, then how well does it work like a cold cream? I have used Pond's, as you have seen in my, how you will see in my current beauty products versus what I'm going to be using on Noxzema, and I do use Pond's original cold cream. So I am interested in that, but in the New York Times article they also talk about how the salespeople used to eat the Noxzema to demonstrate how safe it was, as well as rub it on their clothing to show that it was greaseless. And if you have ever tried cold cream, you know that the oil content in it is not making it greaseless at all. So I definitely think that also helps support the fact that it is not a true cold cream. But I do find it extremely interesting to try these vintage beauty products. So let's get into me using the product. I'm going to start with just a week, and we will see if this video, or if this video series, evolves into longer. So let's get into that bathroom, which for me has already happened, but for you is starting right now. And first off, I'd like to share my morning routine. I use the CeraVe cleanser, CeraVe moisturizer, and SPF and Aquaphor on my lips in the morning. And then in the evenings, I use Pond's to remove any makeup, my CeraVe cleanser as a double cleanse, moisturizer I actually use different also, and then Aquaphor is on my lips again. So that was my current nighttime and morning routine for my makeup, and now I'm going to be using Noxzema, so here's how it fits into my routine now. Good morning and welcome to my new skincare routine for the month, or I guess however long it takes me to finish Noxzema, so long as it doesn't create an adverse effect. So first off, I'd like to say that I got this Noxzema a couple days ago, and I have been using it since the day I got it, but that was off camera, so that way I could kind of evaluate if it was going to immediately have a negative reaction. So I've used it 2 days in a row now, and my skin type is dry sensitive. So I usually try and limit the amount of fragrance in a product that I'm using, but with this one I did a couple test days and it seems like it's not irritating my skin. However, if there is any sign that it is coming forward, because it does take a while for some products to start showing that they're irritating, like witch hazel for example, if you use it on your dry skin. So I'm just going to use it until it's either gone or I need to stop using it. So I'm going to give the weekly update and then the monthly so long as I make it to whatever point. So we'll just see how it goes. I might make this into one huge video, or it might just be a couple week progressions. I don't know, but as you can see here are some clips about my current routine. Very gentle CeraVe, hydrating, and different gel at night to help with my acne, which I kind of hope that Noxzema does not make any claims about acne, but I do hope that because it is somewhat hydrating and that it will help with my dry skin, which will in turn help with the fact that my skin gets irritated and acne prone, or gets acne because of my dry skin. So I'm hoping that is part of what happens. So let's just put our hair back and get into it. Okay, so I've got a dry face at the moment, clean hands. I'm using just about this much. I just scoop a bit on. So the scent is absolutely, just punches you in the gut. It is something else. Well, it's very recognizable, very distinctive. It's definitely that eucalyptus, but like when you open the jar, it punches you. Like there is absolutely no getting over the scent if you don't like it. I don't think so. Just sort of gently massaging it, leaving good amount around my eyes to kind of avoid any potential irritation there. I actually had an eye cream I was using in my routine, and then I got a replacement eye cream that was a different company, but you know, it was still basically the same eye cream of like a caffeinated one to hopefully help with my under eye circles. And that new eye cream absolutely stung my eyes. It helped with a little bit of the dryness that the different had gotten from accidentally getting it a little close to the eyes, but absolutely stung. So Noxzema, thoroughly massaged in, definitely has that signature tingle, which to me is neither good nor bad in the sense that it's not bothering to me personally, but also, which is good, but it doesn't really mean that it does shit. Does anything, so let's just wash this off. So all washed off. So my skin doesn't feel dry after rinsing off the Noxzema. It just sort of feels clean, and because of the tingling I feel refreshed. And yeah. So I'll just add my moisturizer. And because I'm not going out of the house right away, I don't want to add sunscreen on yet. Although, I'm sure because my skin is not feeling dry at the moment, that it would go on smoothly. But at least from the few days that I've been using it so far, I haven't experienced any new acne. I haven't gotten any dry spots. So overall, you know, this is now day 3. I feel that it is good so far. However, it's just really early beginning. I don't want to speak too soon as if, like maybe day 4 or something, I start getting something. But it is basically taking the place of my cleanser and cold cream because it is supposed to be able to remove makeup, but I haven't worn makeup this week because I haven't been filming a video straight out. I've been working on scripts and whatnot, so that's... Howdy, it is week 2 of using Noxzema, so I did my makeup today, very simple, mostly just like a little powder, lipstick, mascara, blush, but I didn't really go too heavy on the blush. So we are going to wash my face and use Noxzema, as I have been, and see how it comes off. So you aren't really supposed to use Noxzema over your eyes, but I have been using it in the shower, and having my eyes closed and rubbing it over them hasn't really dried them out or irritated them, so I'm just going to do that, but at the sink. So first off, I have sort of stopped using it in the mornings, mostly because my face doesn't feel gross in the morning, and like I never really was one for washing my face in the morning to begin with, other than if I was putting makeup on first. But I have been wearing makeup, but I haven't been like using heavy duty cold cream. I've just sort of been like rinsing my face, I guess you could say, and then feeling like, okay, my skin isn't dry, my skin doesn't feel oily. I can just sort of like ease in to, you know, vanishing cream and my makeup, so. And also the same thing with sunscreen. Sometimes I feel like if I apply sunscreen, like my face is dirty, even though it's not in the morning, so I feel like a little rinse, and then I can sort of move into products on my face. But on a day where I'm not wearing makeup or anything, I haven't been washing my face in the morning, and I haven't really been applying products. I don't really leave the house too much because I work from home, so when I do eventually put on sunscreen, I sort of rinse my face then. But I've been using Noxzema religiously at night. As you can see, I've sort of dug into it, but let's get started. So I've got my hair back already, but I'll just, and then my hands are clean, so I'm just gonna go in with, ooh, that's quite a bit, but a lot of Noxzema apparently. And so this needs to be fully rinsed off, so I've got my sink right here, obviously because I'm in the bathroom. So maybe I didn't wipe off enough of my lips while I was down there because I still have plenty of lipstick to remove, so I'm gonna do a little more Noxzema. But it looks like the rest of my face feels really clean. My mascara, which is waterproof, has thoroughly left. So you might really be able to tell that my towel still has a little. And then I just I used the blue one, so I might join towel, and so that's not all in it. So Noxzema does take off makeup. This is the first time I've like actually used it to take off full face of makeup, specifically like lipstick. But yeah, it doesn't take it off the best, but you know, if you're in the shower, just a little extra, thoroughly rinse, so you wouldn't get it like stuck in your hairline like I did. It's actually not bad. I feel hydrated. Obviously I feel refreshed, but like the tingling actually the feeling kind of has died down for me a little bit, but I feel refreshed. I got just like one little bump here, which has been around since the beginning. It's sort of like one of those deep pimple-y things that just sort of is doing its own thing. It hasn't like come to fruition, but it's also kind of like feeling like it's dying down a little bit. But so that's sort of my end of the week update for week 1. I'll see you at the end of week 2. If I'm still using it. I'll update sooner if I'm not, so let's see.